math. Now it makes them cry. Thanks, Standardized Testing and Common Core. Back in 2010, he had to go at Sarah Palin. He used the C word to describe her. 2 years later, Greta Van Susteren threatened to boycott over his history of language, and he had to drop out of a gig as an entertainer at a big Washington media dinner. He later apologized for the comment, and he actually said that he thought Sarah Palin was rather attractive at one of his live shows. But he also went after TMZ. He shamed them for posting video of the fatal car crash that injured Tracy Morgan. And earlier this month, he posted some interesting stuff about Earth, space, the space-time continuum, saying it feels like we're going to keep bopping around on moons until we realize the whole solar system is actually a spaceship. But the most recent thing that he did that was kind of inflammatory on Twitter was he went after ISIS. He went on an anti-extreme Islamic, anti-ISIS rant. Did Twitter take down his page because of the anti-Islamic, anti-ISIS rant? And if so, why would a rant about ISIS get him into trouble when a rant about Sarah Palin did not?
You walk these streets most every day. You're waiting to get washed away. Time won't stop, but I'll stop.
Checking out the movies this weekend? Here's your box office preview.
Going into wide release this weekend is Interstellar from the director of the most recent Batman trilogy. Astronomers discover a wormhole in space, and a group of astronauts is sent to explore it and try to find a new planet for humans after an environmental disaster on Earth. But the complexities of this interstellar voyage mean that 1 hour in space equals 7 years on Earth. So crew members face the prospect of losing their loved ones during the journey, even while saving humanity. The all-star cast for this sci-fi film includes Matthew McConaughey, Anne Hathaway, Wes Bentley, and Michael Caine. Coming off the Disney Animation Assembly line is Big Hero 6, about a boy and his robot. Together, they discover a criminal plot and put together a group of crime fighters to defeat the villains, even if the team doesn't have much experience as heroes. Ryan Potter, Scott Adzik, Jamie Chung, and Damon Wayans Jr. lend their voices to this animated comic superhero film. Still in theaters are Nightcrawler, Ouija, Fury, Gone Girl, and The Book of Life. Plus, John Wick, St. Vincent, Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day, The Judge, and Dracula Untold. And that's your weekend box office preview on iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio goes one-on-one with Fitz and the Tantrums to find out what their success means to them.
Our entire experience of being together has been a dream come true. A lot of bands don't get this opportunity. So every day we sit in gratitude, because we could still be singing at the Hotel Cafe. You know what I mean? So we feel very fortunate. We hope that we inspire other artists that are on the come up to do the same thing, to never say no, to work, to
not giving up.
Yeah, not getting out of line and just, holding it down for themselves and their love for their craft.
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more Fitz and the Tantrums and all your favorite artists.
Here we go.
Hear a song you love on your favorite iHeartRadio station? Give it a thumbs up, and our live programmers will use your feedback to make our station sound even better. Thanks for listening to iHeartRadio.
Delivering fascinating subjects, interesting talk, and boobs and fart jokes. AD on iHeartRadio.
Yeah, let's go. Talking that mess, better act like you know. Let's go tonight. Walk away, punk, yeah, bitch. That's right, I know this. You're nothing but a punk, bitch. You're nothing but a punk, bitch. So walk away, yeah.
So here's an interesting turn up for the books. The Washington Redskins suing 5 Native Americans. Federal judge says Native Americans offended by the Washington Redskins team name are eligible to be sued. How does this work? These are the vagaries of the law. The judge in this case, guy called Judge Gerald Bruce Lee. So let's just pause and appreciate the awesomeness of his name for a second. Judge Gerald Bruce Lee What old Bruce Lee did was he suggested during a hearing this past Friday, just gone by, that it would be unprecedented to dismiss the team's lawsuit against 5 Native Americans who complained about the name to the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. See, the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, well, that's where the merchandising rights to the name Redskins comes from. So, these 5 Native Americans basically suing to make all the billions and billions of dollars of NFL merchandise that's sitting in storehouses somewhere worthless. That's hitting the team where it hurts. A trademark office board decided back in June to cancel some of the Redskins' trademarks, citing federal regulations against protecting words and images that are disparaging or offensive. So the trademark office decided, okay, all right, yeah, no, we've decided that this stuff is offensive, so we're gonna cancel their trademarks, making their merchandise effectively worthless. The team could have challenged the ruling in appellate court in Washington, but to widen their options, they looked out for a venue that would give them more ways to go, more room to maneuver. And so instead of going to the appellate court to challenge what the trademark office board did, they're like, F this. We're just going to sue the Native Americans who complained in the first place. They're effing with the money. We're going after them. And people went, you can't do that. That's ridiculous. And federal judge Gerald Bruce Lee said, actually, yeah, no, I think they can. It would be unprecedented to dismiss their lawsuit against these 5 Native Americans who complained and who opened up the can, basically. Can open, worms everywhere. And Judge Gerald Bruce Lee said, no, yeah, it's totally okay for them to go after them. They're effing with the money, and it's a lot of money. So the Washington Redskins should be able to sue these 5 Native Americans. And that is how that works. There's a joke in here somewhere about suing someone and the Sioux Indian tribe, but I'm not quite sure what it is yet. Feel free to figure that out on your own. So do bombs still tick? I think we've moved past that point, but still, if you get a package and it's ticking, odds are you're kind of sort of going to freak out. That's exactly what happened in Carlsbad, California on Saturday afternoon. A mailman about to deliver a package when he heard it ticking. So he dutifully immediately called 911. The sheriff's department swooped in, cornered off several streets, evacuated some houses, and had the bomb squad use their robot to open the package. After 3 hours of bomb squad work, turned out to be a box of Mexican jumping beans. True story. There's no word on if the beans were delivered or if the box was too busted up after the robot had its way with it. Did you used to play with Mexican jumping beans when you were a kid? Oh my God. I love those things. They're awesome. I had so much fun with them. If I was a kid that ordered Mexican jumping beans and I found out they'd been dismantled by the bomb squad, I would be extremely disappointed, to say the least. Hey, did you hear Lou Holtz talk about his name and its meaning in German the other day?
That's what Holtz means in German, hardwood.
Yeah, I think that if that was my name, I'd probably walk around telling everybody that for sure.
That's what Holtz means in German, hardwood.
My last name's Roundtree. What does Roundtree mean? What does it come from? What does it stand for? It's almost as cool as having a name mean hardwood. Roundtree is a shortening of the name Rowantree. And it comes from the north of England. And basically what would happen is back in the day when the Vikings descended upon York, when they were still rampaging barbarians, as opposed to the people that started up trade and commerce in York and made it one of the biggest ports in that particular period of history. The Vikings would rape, pillage, raze villages, plunder, do all the Viking type things that they would do. And when they were done raping and plundering, to leave their mark forever, they would plant a tree called a rowan tree. And that eventually got shortened to Roundtree. Hence my name. I am, as I've said in the past, I'm kind of sort of Hitler's wet dream. I'm half German, half English. And the part of me that is English is descended from a horde of raping, pillaging Nordic Viking types. It's an interesting cross to bear, but I don't know if it's as cool as this.
That's what Holtz means in German, hardwood.
Funkhauser, how much time we got left? 7 minutes? Alrighty then. You might have noticed, if you were here for the opening of the show, a certain amount of disdain for the political process in this country. Politicians? What are politicians? They're attention-seeking fame whores that really have nothing better to offer. They want the attention. They want to live in the limelight. They want to be in the public eye. They want all of the above. They want the accolades. They want the riches. They want all of the things that go with being an actor or a rock star or something like that. But here's the thing. No talent. Nothing that interesting to say. Can't write a song? Become a politician. Can't write a book about anything other than yourself and your career in politics? Or the war on Christmas, become a politician. Have nothing of any social relevance or artistic merit to offer, become a politician. Gives you a voice, gives you a place in the sun, without you actually really having to do anything of value. Just, sit there and look like you're busy. And you can get elected over and over again. You can bureaucratically waste taxpayer dollars while you figure out new ways to and ah about things that you're ultimately not going to come down on either side of because, that would cause you to look like someone that had stood up for something. And the moment you stand up for something, people are going to stand against you. It's part of having a spine, a conscience, a backbone. And a spine, a conscience, or a backbone, in the words of Sam Kinison, I have a dream. Oh, I've got a head wound. Yeah. That doesn't get you anywhere fast. Puts you in the crosshairs of people, whether it be metaphorically or not. So it's a lot easier to just kind of BS your way through a life in politics, and you can make a great living off of taxpayer money by doing absolutely nothing. Nothing at all, I tell you, nothing. And if there is one thing that supports and endorses my particular view of the American political process, it would be weird campaign ads. So, in honor of Election Day 2014, we put together a list of the top 5 weirdest campaign ads of the year. Number 1, guy called Bob Quast, who's running for Senate in Iowa as an independent. He used a campaign ad as a chance to threaten the psycho who murders his sister back in 1999. Oh, good, a personal vendetta in politics. That'll go well. I mean, horribly sorry that your sister was murdered in 1999. But the video starts with him walking his dog. Everything seems pretty innocent. Then he starts talking about defending the Second Amendment. And he says that, you got the audio there, Funkhauser? Let's hear Bob Quast and his...
I'm Bob. I am running for Iowa's open seat in the U.S. Senate. Term limits for Congress need to become the 28th Amendment to our U.S. Constitution. I believe in every aspect of our Constitution, which even a baby knows includes the Second Amendment. If you are the sexual predator and sociopath who murdered my sister Lynette, and you come to my front door to do harm to my girls, I'm going to use my Glock to blow your balls off. Liberals like Bruce Braley want to restrict our gun rights, including this magazine with 15 bullets. As Iowa's next U.S. Senator, I shall defend every piece of the U.S. Constitution, which, as Emory just taught Mr. Braley, includes the right to bear arms found in the Bill of Rights. Now, please do not confuse me with Iowa's Republican candidate for U.S. Senate. Congressman Braley, you have nothing to fear, as we are friendly folks here in Iowa. Please accept my open invitation for a public debate prior to our June 3rd primary. I will leave my gun at home, Joni can leave her knife on the farm, as long as you agree to leave your elite law degree in D.C. We'll just use our brains to debate your reckless laws and taxes.